Hello, everybody, and good evening. Sorry, we're running about 3 minutes late at the moment. I was cleaning up something that I'd forgotten to do earlier. Basically, what I didn't do was add the new rules to the description in the entry video for the dice ball tournament. That is now done. And I realised that, and I thought, well, I can't go into the stream talking about how I've set up this video without finishing what I was meant to do. But we're live now, we're ready to go. We're going to talk some shit about football. I know there's not a lot to talk about because there's been no actual competitive competition except for FIFA matches and an upcoming Football Manager Cup, apparently. Mate of mine, Gareth Swatridge, who I talk Football Manager with a lot, is going to be representing Newport County. And trust me when I tell you, he is an absolute guru of the game. He's actually a developer of the game. So... well, but he's not a developer, sorry, that was the wrong word. He's a researcher. So he gives them an awful lot of, what's the word I'm saying? An awful lot of intel on like Newport County and League Two and, teams that are close by as well. So he does a lot of research for them. So Gareth is a good guy, bit of a ginger ninja as well. So here we go. What is everyone saying? Jesus Christ, there's loads of stuff here. So Blue, hello. Dan Short, evening to you too. Now I am here, the party can start. Hey Nick, getting in the mood, that's what I like. So we got Mike in as the Amber Army. I haven't done anything with regards to the moderators yet, but don't worry, I will be setting that up during the week. Right, so when's it starting? Yeah, I know I was running a little bit late, guys. I do apologise for that. But the rules are updated and they are there ready for you to digest and read. Can I have a hashtag? Maybe? No, I don't know how to do a hashtag on the chat, to be honest with you. So give yourself a hashtag with the Amber Army, hey? Ryan's in, how's it going, mate? Oh, Amber Army, can't age you change so quick. People know how to do stuff. So it's Kieran is in Football Fun. Oh, I remember Football Fun from last week. Got right involved with the trivia. How's it going, mate? Labs, I have an idea for Dice Ball. If there are 16 teams, do a playoff round like the Europa League to get it into the group stages. If that'll take too long, just do the knockouts. Yeah, I think looking at it, I've had 11 comments. I haven't been able to read them yet, but I will get around to it. We'll have a look. We'll have a look see how many entries we get, and then if it's but I'll basically make it so it's a good enough for everybody to enjoy, basically. Okay. So it's Kieran. I'm in it to have fun, so I'll gifted it the sub. Right. Okay. I don't know what you mean there, mate. Amber Army just done a hashtag for what? Matthew Myers and Taff. I think there's a way to add mods during the stream. Well, I wouldn't be able to physically do it myself. I mean, if I had the laptop out, it'd be different. So, right, so it's Kieran, hashtag Amber Army, EW Labs, Mike is a twat. Hey, there you go, that's what you get for asking for a hashtag. Ryan G, could you settle a debate for me, Taff? Who was better during their prime time, during their prime, Zidane or Iniesta? Now, that is a very, very tough one. And before I start, 10 of you in, 0 likes. Let's get that sorted out. Let's get the thumbs up going. Iniesta or Zidane? They were very similar players in a way that they were both very skillful, both very good at passing the ball, tenacious in the midfield, so they were able to win the ball back as well, and they were able to score good goals and set them up with absolute ease. I mean, a lot of people like to put a comparison on players on who actually win the most trophies. That's not the way to measure an individual's ability. Basically, winning trophies doesn't mean that you're a poorer player. I mean, you look at the Premier League, for example. Steven Gerrard never won the Premier League, but Quinton Fortune did. See what I mean? And are you saying that on the back of that, Quinton Fortune is a better footballer than Steven Gerrard? Trophies are a team accomplishment, not an individual. And even with individual awards, if you're part of a great team, you're going to stand out that little bit more. So you've got to measure an individual footballing ability on their own personal technical abilities. So you've got to actually watch them play. You can't just make an assumption on based on, oh, it was Paul Scholes, he was part of the greatest Man United team ever, he was better than Gerrard, or Lampard scored all these goals for Chelsea. You know, he was better than Gerrard, or people saying that Gerrard was the only good player at Liverpool, so that means he was better than Scholes and Lampard. That is possibly the hottest and still hottest debated comparison ever. But I think the Zidane and Iniesta one is a very, very good one. Personally, if I was going to pluck for one, I'd say Zidane, because purely that's now an opinion that I wouldn't like to think that that's going to settle any debate. That's just throwing my opinion in the ring for you. Zidane, for me, dazzled me when I watched him. You know, Iniesta didn't have that effect on me. Well, he did. Iniesta was fantastic. What an amazing football player he was. But when Zidane played, you know, your eyes were just glued to him. You know, you wanted him to get the ball all the time. When Iniesta played well with Xavi, and you know, a fantastic Barcelona team. So again, Iniesta stands out in the same way as Scholes does. Zidane has always played for a good team, except for when he was in France. He played for Cannes and Bordeaux. Bordeaux were a good team, obviously, but he moved on to Juventus and then on to Real Madrid. So at Juventus and Madrid, he's going to win trophies and he's going to stand out being part of a great team. But the thing with Zidane, he stood out above those bigger players that he was around. Well, not bigger, but big players. Iniesta was possibly, arguably, the better player of the Barcelona era, but he wasn't as good as Messi, obviously. But Iniesta was just a fantastic player, part of a fantastic team. Zidane, whether he was playing for Juventus or Bordeaux or Real Madrid or France, he always stood out as a phenomenal footballer and was highly regarded the best footballer in the world during his era. Where with Iniesta, he wasn't as highly regarded. But if you put it down to individual ability, there's not much between them. But I think Zidane's ability to stand out, that's the one for me. So Ryan, you kicked things off with a really good question there, mate. Well done. Thank you very much for that one. So I'm hoping that a few of you, when I catch up on these comments, have said the same yourself. So football fun, yes, I'm good. Thank you, mate. Blue the King. Welsh Gamer's in. Hi Taff. Hi Welsh Gamer. How are you? So Zizou, Zidane. Yeah, people are saying Zidane. Is this trivia tonight? There is trivia tonight, mate. Yeah, we usually do it around about the 20-minute mark, mate. Mike has said anything to massage you, like you saying no steam. Huh? I don't know what you mean there, mate. No one is going to win. Yeah, I got no prizes to give yet. Blue, he's live. I'm live. I'm ready to go. I'm not ready to go. I am going. I'm going. This is it. Message. I think you're trying to offer me a massage then. I think you're fucking hell, mate. You're sending me to jail in a minute. Stats level that is, mate. So some people just look at stats and it doesn't tell the tale. No, that's the thing. You can't measure team stats, individual stats, yeah. But then a lot of it depends on who you played for and what kind of players you had around you when it comes to stats. When you physically look at somebody playing football, you know, you look at their first touch, you look at their vision, you look at their ability to pass the ball, you look at their ability to read a football match. And for me, Zidane just sparkled. Every time I ever saw Zidane play, he sparkled. Iniesta was just great. You'd watch him and he was great, but he never sparkled in the way Zidane sparkled for me. Saying sparkle, a lot of people are going to start asking questions about my sexuality in a minute. How many trivia questions do you have tonight? Well, for those of you who like the trivia questions, I have 14 tonight. So we're going to go for about the 20 to 25 minute mark, and I'm going to fire these trivia questions out. They're going to be rather quick because, you know, they're not particularly difficult questions, but I'm keeping by what I said, using it off the back of my own personal knowledge, with a bit of Google only to confirm the question, to make sure I am giving a correct question and answer for you. I have a question on my own knowledge and good question. I didn't think that you didn't think of yourself. No, did you mean to say that you did think of yourself, or you didn't need to find it anywhere else? Who's better, Andy Carroll or Peter Crouch? Peter Crouch 1000% Peter Crouch over Andy Carroll. Well, the one thing, Peter Crouch used to stay injury free. That was a good start. I have a question for tonight. It says football fun. Brilliant. Well, I hope plenty of you have good questions. EW Labs Mike, don't watch any football daily then, mate. They only talk stats. Right, okay. I packed Cruyff last week, untradeable. Whether it was untradeable or not, you pack a Cruyff. You know, we're obviously talking about Johan Cruyff. You can have a good player, so you're not going to want to trade him anyway. I think Peter Crouch, says Kieran. Yeah, it's got to be 100% Peter Crouch over Andy Carroll. So Hereford related. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Football Funnies, the Hereford drummer is my name written down from last week. I got nothing written down from last week. I'll have a quick look before we start the trivia. What do you think of my dear Ash on Twitter, Taff? Yeah, yeah. I was going to bring this up, Matthew. So Matthew made a good point. Taff Live always used to be about talking football, and the trivia found its way in. And believe it or not, there's actually a link between I think potentially the falling viewer ratings with the trivia being put in. Um, Sorry, it's just something just popped up on my screen then, and I was reading it. Something about Captain Tom being UK #1 single or something like that. I don't know. Didn't realise he was doing music as well as walking. Um, right, so Matthew made a suggestion for me because what I'd noticed is the viewers were starting to dip when I introduced the trivia, although the interaction was better when I introduced the trivia. Although back then I only used to bring like 4 questions. I know I've increased the questions because there's people on here who are here for the trivia. So what Matthew have said is looking at splitting them up and going back to doing a stream where we just talk football and having a separate trivia stream. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that because at the end of the day, you're the ones who stick by this channel and this stream. So I'd like for you to come forward with what you think is best. Would it be a good idea to split the trivia and the regular football talk and have 2 separate streams? My point I've made to Matthew is that I may not find the time because if we're doing dice ball, I can't be looking at doing 3 different types of streams. I don't think it's going to be viable for me. So we'll have to wait and see. But if you guys call for it and you say, can we split the streams, what we could look to do is have like a 40-minute football talk stream on a Sunday and then follow it with the 40-minute trivia stream. So I'd do 2 separate streams in the same time slot maybe. But then that would be up to you guys, what you guys would like to see happen. But yeah, thanks for bringing it up, Matthew. I was going to mention it, but better to get it out the way with now. You meant you have 2 questions, but one I thought of, but I better one I didn't think of. Go with the one that you thought of, mate. And if we've got time, to do both, we'll do both for you, okay? So football fun, not about Hereford FC tonight. Good. Another 3 weeks lockdown. Well, I think we've nearly done one of those 3 weeks already. So 2 more weeks. I think we can put up with 2 more weeks. We've had 2 months near enough of it, haven't we? So 2 more weeks will be okay, I think. If it means that we can get behind this shite, then happy days. I'll try and think of one that make you confused. Oh, right, a question. Good man, good man. I want to be confused. So Nick Muller says a good idea. Trivia mixed with talk in football makes it better, in my opinion. Yeah, fair enough, mate. That's the thing. I've got to gather everything. I mean, there'd be no reason why you couldn't watch both streams. I mean, if I did the football talking one first and then follow it up with a pure trivia stream, but I think it's a good idea. Oh, Michael, you're already covering FIFA, mate. Don't worry, I got this sorted. 5 weeks of lockdown from Tuesday. Well, when did Jesse Lingard join United? Well, I think he came through at United as a youth player, didn't he? And I can't think of when he would have made his debut. It would have been around about 2012, 2013, maybe. What do you think about the closed door thing with Kainty? If it's got to be done, it's got to be done. I'd rather see them finish the season behind closed doors than cancel it because they want to get the fans in there. I mean, this has brought up a shitty situation, but I think anybody would rather see the season finished. Because the thing is, and I'm going to keep going back to this, and I'm going to make the same point. Why cancel a season that's 75% complete to accommodate a season that's 0% started? Basically, with no games at all played, why would you even contemplate wiping, 75% of a season to accommodate a season that hasn't even a season that hasn't even started yet. So Lukey Wilkins is in. How's it going, mate? EW Labs, well, yeah, same time slot, 2 streams would be good. So 2 separate streams. So some people may like the trivia only. Some people may like the football talk only. That way, if I do 2 separate streams, we'll do the football talk only on the first one, and then we'll do the trivia then on the one after, and then people can pick and choose a stream. Or if you like both, you'll be in both then, basically. So 2011 is when Jesse Lingard was first introduced to the Man United team. Blue, Taff, get my email. I need an answer on something. Um, I need an answer on something I asked. Right, okay. I've seen that I had an email from you. That's all well and good, mate. So I will have a look at it later, okay? Hashtag United got abandoned. Right, okay. I don't know much about this hashtag stuff, to be honest with you. Hashtag United. So someone's going to have to enlighten me on it. I'm here for both, so I don't mind what you decide to do. Well, there you go. So a lot of people seem to think it's a good idea. I mean, I enjoy doing the trivia, and I enjoy being tested by you guys as well. So the trivia is never ever going to go away. I will be making sure either way the trivia stays, okay? But some people are not that fussed on the trivia. Some people are not that fussed on the trivia, and some people are, you know, more into this to talk football and ask questions. So, you know, I'll make sure we can accommodate as much of both as we can. So Blue wants a reply back. Don't worry, mate. I'll be getting onto it later. Michael's saying, I'll tell you after the stream. What is that about? Hashtag United. I tell you what, mate. Leave it until tomorrow, mate. Yeah, leave it till tomorrow. Because after the stream, I need to jump in the shower and settle down for the night and back in work tomorrow. So it's 1999 when he joined United. Ah, there we go. So hashtag United is mainly a YouTube football team who compete in the 8th tier of English football, run by Spencer FC, who was a big football YouTuber. So hashtag United. Oh yeah, so I've heard of Spencer FC. I've heard of hashtag United, but I wasn't sure if they were just a bit like the old Harlem Globetrotters with basketball. You know, just a regular team that people just tend to take on, and they're actually really good, and not many people can actually beat them. But if they're actually a team, an actual team in the actual English football pyramid, then happy days. And I know Mike is on about taking hashtag United to the top. Personally, I've got a bit of an idea for you, Mike, and I want to run this by everybody else. How about we have an Amber Army made-up team? So basically do a football manager with the Amber Army and actually choose a squad of regular subscribers who come into this Taff Live. So you actually make the players up as well, you know, and plop them into like the Conference South or something like that. So they'll be based out of Newport, direct competition for the county, and plop them in the Conference South and see if Michael, with a little bit of she was just say a cash injection to see how far that cash can take him. What do you guys think of that? You know, Amber Army FC, and then you'd have Taff as the captain, you know, naturally. And then, you know, we'll have Michael Green, we'll have Blue, we'll have Labs. You know, if you want to have your real names, you know, you can give him your real names beforehand, because what he could do is stream himself beforehand to put together this team, and then he starts his series from there. What do you think of that? So he won. So apparently Lingard won the Youth Cup with Ravel, Morrison and Pogba in 2011. Wow. Okay, so he didn't break through to the team until a few years after, obviously. Mitch Kieran in academy at age of 7. So yeah, he's been with Man United for a while. I know he's got a bit of a Manc accent on him. They're in the Essex Senior League. Ah, fair enough. Matthew Marsden, when 2 different streams, it would mean more likes and comments, which would make you more money. There's the hammer. That's what we're talking about. So 9th tier. Thought there were only 7 tiers of it. No, mate. No, there were loads. You start going into counties leagues and things like that then. You know, starts breaking up into separate counties, and then all these separate counties tend to come into like a bit of a regional league, and then it comes into the national leagues then. Yeah, create a club. Leanne in goal. Yeah. So, right, I've got an idea, says Michael Green, as the Amber Army. Right, okay. Can't wait to hear it. So, Kieran wants to be in goal. Class idea. Taff email asked about being a channel creator, and my idea was to make a team on Football Manager. I wanted to do it. That's why I wanted it. Right, okay, mate. Sorry about that. I haven't got around to reading the email yet, so let me have a look at it. And when it comes to being a creator, there's a lot more to it than just making videos. You've got to have the right equipment to do what you want. I mean, it's relatively easy to do a FIFA series for Mike because he's just got to live stream his series and it comes out as a regular video for people to catch up with afterwards. If you're going to do a Football Manager thing, you're going to need a screen recorder and a microphone, and you're going to have to basically get a screen recorder that will pick up your microphone audio as well. So it'd have to be a decent standard of screen recorder. Trust me, because I've done it myself. I mean, if you look on this channel, there are numerous gaming series from PC football management simulation games. So if you've got everything you need and you're comfortable enough talking, you know the game, and you're good enough at the game so it's not a crap fest as well, then there's no reason why we wouldn't give you the opportunity. But I need to ask you though, Blue, how old are you? Because to be a creator, a proper creator on this channel, technically you need to be 18 years or over, because it's a monetized channel, and you've got to be 18 to obviously broadcast it. I know you're going to be 18 to do a channel, but as admin of the channel, I need to at least be 18. Thankfully, I'm double that age. I'm 36. Michael's 18, which is why he's doing stuff. And previous creators have been within that age, like Michael and his team were all 18 when they were doing Amber Talk, for example. The likes of Kev and John Morgan and Henry, who all come on here with me, are all 18. And I think I've had interviews with lads who've been younger and that in the past. But as far as being a creator for the channel, I'm sure everybody's been 18 or over. So Blue, I don't think you're 18, are you? If you could get somebody involved who is 18, then that's something that we can have a look at talking about. Alright. Alright, and do the players' contracts is a big problem though. Taff, William, for example, is out of contract for Chelsea and has apparently signed a pre-contract with Arsenal for July the 1st. I'm not quite sure what that's related to, mate. Sorry. There's 22 tiers in the English Pyramid. Bloody hell. So James Edwards only wants to be on the bench. So football fan. You're a Hereford fan, though. Are you going to really want to play for a Newport-based team? You're not going to be playing for County, at least, but it will be a Newport-based team. So Kieran wants to be a physio and second goalie. Okay. No way is Mike over 18 doesn't look it. Well, he's got to be 18 to be able to buy his beers and stuff like that. I can promise you now he is 18. Mike is 18. Blue is 10. 10. Yeah. Blue's like 11 and he's 10. Yeah, Mike's saying you're going to call me after the stream, mate. I'm not going to have time to talk after the stream, mate. I've got to jump straight in the shower and settle down for the night because I'm back in work tomorrow. So I'll have a chat with you tomorrow, yeah? So it's 25 past, oh yeah. So it's Kieran, I'm a Northampton fan. Fair play to you, mate. Northampton. I actually quite like your grade. I like the fact there's some nice restaurants at the top from it as well. You know, so you can get a good bit of grub. I think you've got a TGI Fridays, haven't you, just at the top, and a couple of others. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is trivia time. So if we were looking at, if we were looking at splitting this up, what this would do is run on for another 20 odd minutes of talking football, and then we'd start another stream afterwards to do this. But I've got 14 questions for you tonight. 14 questions for you, so here we go. What game would they restart this season with? Well, whichever the next game was, really. Whoever's next fixtures they are. I mean, I'm sure they'll work on rescheduling fixtures, but I think they'll go in the same sort of chronological order as they would expect it to go in as before. Ryan G, if they haven't started the league by July, players' contracts will be tricky. Right, okay, players could walk out. I think what they'll need to do is enforce an extension on their contracts or something. They're going to have to do something like that, because there's no way that they can just leave. I think what they'll do is maintain their contract until the end of the season. But to be honest with you, I think football will start behind closed doors again in May, personally. But then if they have to wait if they're not going to get it finished by the time people's contracts run out, I think what they're going to need to do is restart this season at the same point as they would start the next season, and then carry on from there. And then if they are going to fit the whole season in, they're going to have to play a lot of midweek games and maybe scrap a cup or two, like the Checker Trade or Leasing.com Trophy and the League Cup would have to get scrapped. You can't scrap the FA Cup. No, the FA Cup would need to carry on. But then what they would need to do then is give out a bit of money for potential, like an average, amount of money that a League Two team would get from whatever progression they would get in the League Cup, and whatever money the average club will make during a Leasing.com campaign. So I think they would have to do something like that. Maybe have a month off before they restart next season. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Right then. Okay then. Trivia time then, okay? So for those of you who are ready for it, we got it going in with question number 1. Which was the only club team north of London which Harry Redknapp managed? So the only club team north of London that Harry Redknapp managed. So Labs was the winner last week. Let's see if he's the winner again this week. So which was the only... So we're talking north of London. So Spurs is in London. So it's going to be north of London. So above London itself. So QPR, but there we go. Nick Muller's in with Birmingham. Correct, Nick. So let's put Nick. So Nick Muller gets that one correct. Well done, mate. Well done. So, so when I say north of London, I mean above London, not in London. So, moving swiftly on to question number 2. How many times has Eden Hazard won the Premier League? How many times has Eden Hazard won the Premier League? So Matthew Marsden has written down 26 trivia questions that he knew. Fucking hell. So yeah. So for the next 26 weeks, you're good. Labs is in there with twice, yes. Labs is on the board. So, yep, Eden Hazard won the Premier League twice. So Birmingham is Midlands, to be fair, says Nick. So from question 1, yeah, obviously, yeah, Birmingham, Midlands, so above London, anywhere above London. Right then, on to question number 3. Question number 3 then, ladies and gentlemen. Who was Lionel Messi's first club? Who was his first club? So blue, yeah, with Mourinho and Antonio Conte, yeah. But who was Lionel Messi's first club? Labs is in. Newell's Old Boys is correct. Not a lot of people actually know it. Lionel Messi, Newell's Old Boys. So there's question 3 done very quickly. Well done, Labs. Quick on the draw there, mate. So this one is a bit of a tougher one for the younger generation, but I've got to give a mixture of questions to suit everybody. Which 2 Premier League clubs did Georgie King-Clatzy play for? So you've got to give both clubs in your answer. So if you only give me one, that's incorrect. I need both clubs in the same post. So, which 2 Premier League clubs did Georgie King-Clatzy play for? So I've given you the big hint. He played for 2 of them. So Reading and Leeds, both of them are wrong. Sorry, Kieran. So Labs doesn't know this one. Tottenham and Leicester is incorrect. Arsenal and Nad United is incorrect. Ryan G, Man City and Derby, correct, yes. So Ryan G is on the board. Gonna get Spurs and West Ham? No, it was Man City and Derby. So we went to Man City first. Then he dazzled he absolutely dazzled at Man City, and Ajax came in for him and took him. And then he eventually moved on to Derby, where he wasn't quite as good. Right then, so In 2011, Roma signed Miralem Pjanic, now of Juventus. So yeah, in 2011, Roma signed Miralem Pjanic. Who did they sign him from? From which club did they sign him from? So Roma in 2011 signed Miralem Pjanic. Who did they sign him from? Let's see if anybody knows this. Oh, there's a banging cup of tea. Thank you, Leanne. So, Football Fun says Man United. Nope. Shakhtar Donetsk. Nope. Miralem Pjanic, the Bosnian international. So, the Amber Army, which is obviously Michael Green, comes in with the correct answer of Lyon. So, it wasn't Red Star. Nope. It was Lyon. So Michael Green coming in with the correct answer. Well done. You had an inkling it was French. You should have gone with a French club then, mate. You always got to listen to your gut feeling. Always listen to that. Right then, so similar sort of theme of question, you know, from which club did someone sign from? From where did Celtic sign Henrik Larsson? From where did Celtic sign Henrik Larsson? Now, I've always confused Larsson. So, no, Celtic did not sign him from Barca. Actually, Barca signed him from Celtic. But Celtic signed him from someone. But who was it? So, yeah, he played for Celtic, but it wasn't from Celtic. So, Blue Rangers, Jesus, no chance. No way would Celtic sign someone from Rangers. Sunderland is incorrect from Football Fun there. So, if I stumped you all on this one, this is a relatively simple one as well. So, Manchester United is wrong. Madrid is wrong. It looks like I'm going to have to give out a clue or two here, don't I? So, Malmo and ARK are both incorrect. Man City is incorrect. So, a little clue. Hold on a minute, it's Kieran. Good Googling there, mate. It was Feyenoord. So, I'm going to put it's... So it's Kieran is in with the correct answer. So Labs haven't stretched out that far, to be honest. So it wasn't Gothenburg, it wasn't Newport, obviously, and it wasn't Ajax. But I usually get him confused with Idiger Johnson, who played at PSV with Brazilian Ronaldo. And I always, for some reason, got Johnson and Larsson mixed up. Larsson came from Feyenoord. So Kieran says it wasn't Google. Okay, if that's your story, mate. Right then. Question number 7 then, people. In what year did Luka Modric join Real Madrid from Tottenham? So in what year did Luka Modric join Real Madrid from Tottenham? Ooh, very nice. Love a nice cup of tea, me. So, Fried Water comes in with 2012. Well done. Fried Water. So we've actually got quite a lot of people on the scoreboard at the moment. So Nick Muller's got one, Labs has got 2, Ryan G's got 1, Michael G's got 1, It's Kieran's got 1, and Fried Water. But we're only halfway through at the moment. Only halfway through. We're on to number 8. The FA Cup final in 2005 was between Arsenal and Man United. Who won and by what score? So Arsenal and Man United contested the 2005 FA Cup final. Who won and by what score? There we go. Ryan G. Arsenal 5-4 pens. But what was the score though, mate? What was the score in the game to get the pens? A full answer will be the team that won, the game score, and then if it did go to penalty shootout, what the penalty score was. So Ryan G, I'm going to give you that then, mate. I'm going to give you that because you have even though it was between 2 separate posts. The game itself was 0-0. Arsenal won 5-4 on penalties, and I can remember this because No, this wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo, was it? I think it might have been actually. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo was crying his eyes out after losing. I remember it. So there we go. The crap final, and it was at the Millennium. It was only crap because Man United lost. Come on, Mike. So Ryan G is on 2. Labs has got some real competition this week. So Arsenal won it 0-0, then 5-4 on penalties. That's exactly how it went, yeah. But Ryan got it first. Right then. In the 2017-18 Champions League, the top scorer scored 15 goals. Who was it? So the 2017-18 Champions League, the top scorer scored 15 goals in the competition itself. Who was it? So, who was first? Who was first? Labs got in there with Ronaldo. Well done, Labs. You're back in the lead. Well, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but I'll let you go on that one because there is no other Ronaldo in world football. Well, there certainly wasn't that season anyway. Well, no one worth mentioning. So Salah was actually joint second top scorer with 10 goals in that campaign. But there we go. Right, so this is a bit of a historical one. This is a historical one, and I kind of wish Richard Pearce was here for this one, because I know this would be one that he'd get right. But like I said, a good mix of questions from now, from old, and the not too decent history. Who are the only Romanian team to win the European Cup, and when? So what I want for the answer is the team name and the year that they won it. So the only Romanian team. So Red Star are a Serbian team and would have at that point been Yugoslavian, so they're not Romanian. Although Red Star did win the European Cup. So Matthew Marsden, Stade Bucharest, right? Your answer has to include the year that they won it as well. So Blue Roma are Italian, they're not Romanian. So Fried Water seems to think 1988. Your Football Fun, Stade Bucharest in 1986, correct. So Football Fun is in on the action now. Labs is pipping it. Labs is pipping it at the moment with 3. And Ryan G is behind him with 2, and there's a few on 1. But we've got 4 questions left, so we're still all to play for. What year was the last ever Cup Winners' Cup contested, and who won it? So who remembers the Cup Winners' Cup? It was a European competition. It was a European competition that they ended up scrapping. But when was the last year they had it, and who won it? So the last year they had the Cup Winners' Cup, and who won it? This is going to be some good Googling now. So Barca 1991 is incorrect. James Edwards has no clue. Blue thinks he's dumb. No, you're not. So 2013 Barca, no. 1994, no. Barcelona 1997, no. Now, who can Google the quickest? So Lazio 1988, incorrect. AC Milan 1994, incorrect. So it is going to be, try guessing before someone Googles. Or Google it yourself. But if you Google, you're not just cheating. You're not just cheating everybody else who's watching it. You're cheating yourself as well. Listen to me, eh? Labs has got in with the right answer. It was Lazio in 1999. So Labs moves out ahead. Although Matthew was correct in the fact that Chelsea won it in 1998. They did, in fact, win it in 1998. But Lazio won it in 1999, and that was the last year they ever held the competition. So the Cup Winners' Cup was pretty much self-explanatory. If you win your domestic cup, you went directly into that. So I think Man United won that, didn't they? It's the only European competition that Liverpool never won, believe it or not. Liverpool never won the Cup Winners' Cup. And probably they're too busy in the proper one in the European Cup too often. But there we go. Anyway, still to play for, but Labs are looking like the favourite to take it now. What season was the first for the EFL Championship League 1 and League 2? So from when it went from First Division, Second Division, Third Division to the Championship League 1 and League 2, what was the first season? So I need both years in this one. So what was the first season of the EFL Championship, League 1 and League 2? So Michael Green is in there with the correct answer. It was in fact 2004-2005. So if Michael Green gets the next two right, he'll pip Labs to it. He will absolutely pip Labs to it. So I know a few people saying 1992. I know Labs in fact are saying 1992. So 92-93 was the start of the Premier League, because before that year it was the First Division, Second Division, Third Division, and Fourth Division. Then it was the Premier League, First Division, Second Division, Third Division, and then in 2004-2005 it went Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2. Right then. So this question is as of April 2019. Who holds the record for most red cards in their career currently? So I'll give you the correct answer by naming the right player, but I will also give a bonus answer to anybody who can tell me both the name of him and how many it was as well. So I'm going to give you some time to see if you can come up with how many it was as well. So as a bonus answer, so you get the answer right if you say just the player, but then if you tell me how many it is as well during their career as of April 2019, then so I should have elaborated on this. It is in a European league. So in a European league, sorry, I missed that point out. It's in a European league, because I noticed somebody come out with the answer for world football, and I do apologise on that one. I should have elaborated that. I have got it written here. For some reason, I didn't say it. In a European league. So that Gerardo Bedoya, that wasn't in a European league. There is somebody who has currently got the most red cards in the European League themselves. So I should have elaborated on that one, and I do apologise. So as of April 2019, who holds the record for the most red cards in their career in a European League currently? And then for a bonus, can you say how many? So Gerardo Bedoya is in fact the record holder for the most red cards in a career, but we're talking in a European League. So it doesn't look as though anybody's going to give me the right number, so we're going to have to make it. I'm going to have to scroll back and see who said Ramos first. Oh, wait there a second. EW Labs has come in with Ramos 25, which is actually correct. But what I'm going to do is scroll back, and whoever said Ramos first gets a correct answer. It was in fact Sergio Ramos. So Milo Ainsworth said Ramos, so I'm going to give Milo an answer, and I've got to give Labs an answer for coming back to 25. Right then, final question then, guys. Sorry about the confusion on that one. So it was Sergio Ramos, and it is 25 as of April 2019. The 25 was always going to be a bit of a guess. Right then, which Italian team did Paul Gascoigne play for? This is the final question. Which Italian team did Paul Gascoigne play for? Oh, banging. I think I had another one of them. So, two people are saying AC Milan. That's incorrect. Paul Gascoigne did not play for Milan. Someone's going to get it right, I'm sure. Milo getting in there with it. Lazio it is. Lazio. So Milo getting in with 2. So Labs has won again, guys. He's got 4, and he's even saying that he's off his game tonight. Bloody hell. It was in fact Lazio. And that is the end of that one. So whoever wants to ask questions, I want you to come in and say that you want to ask. But this time I can't give any sort of slots to anybody. Basically, if you come in and say you want to ask a question first, you ask first. And then the next one asks, and then the next one asks. You know, so those who want to ask a question themselves, let's get it in there now. So I'm going to write down, and I'm only going to be able to have time to do 5 So Kieran wants to... Kieran's first. Matthew. Blue had 0. So if you're looking to ask a question, you've got to say, I want to ask a question. Football fun. Football fun. Blue. Milo Ainsworth, favourite football song. Manic Street Preachers for Wales in 2016. Together Stronger. So Labs is in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting one more then, guys. Who's going to get in one more? So were we going to say one each? Blue, I've got you down, mate. So Together Stronger by the Manic Street Preachers. It just blows everything else out of the water. English fans will always say Three Lions, the first one. That's a great song, don't get me wrong. I mean, I got no bias, but Manic's absolutely pissed all over any football song that was ever written. So Michael Green is going to make up the final one. So we got 6 questions, right? 6 questions. So Kieran, you're first, so get your question up, mate. Matty Marsden, get yours ready, because you're going to be banging yours up straight away from there. And then football fun. Make sure you got yours ready for going in after Matty Marsden's done his. Then Blue, look out for when football fun does his. Who won the 2013 Prem? I believe that was Manchester United. No, was it? Or was that the Aguero year? That was the Aguero year, wasn't it? It was Man City. Was it United? No, it was 2014 when Aguero scored that fucking goal, wasn't it? So yeah, it was Man United. I'll tell you what, I did say Man United first. So there we go. Was it the season before that when we were with the Aguero goal? 11-12 was Aguero. They won it in 2012. Oh, thanks for reminding me, guys. So Kieran, I got yours right. I did say Man United first, didn't I? Matty Marsden didn't get me. I said Man United first. I'm taking that as the correct answer. Matty Marsden, on you go. Dean Flynn, how's it going, mate? City won it in 2013-14. So yeah, City won it in 14 when Liverpool should have won it. Lost on goal difference. Who signed the top scorer on RVP? Yeah, and you won it the year after, didn't you? And then Liverpool should have won it the year after that. Liverpool should have won it. I said Man City afterwards. I said Man United, but I said, oh no, it could have been Man City, but I did say Man United first. I'm taking that as a correct answer. So Matty, can't decide which question to have. Pick a number between 1 and 26. Let's go lucky 13. Kieran, I'm not a cheat. Come on, mate. Let's play the game. I said Man U first, didn't I? I wouldn't cheat. Oh, you're angry now, are you? What are you going to do about it then, eh? Nah, come on, mate. Take that one on the chin. Oh, you're not going, are you? Come on, mate. I was only joking. Stay in. So, Matty Marsden, question number 13. Let's be having it. Football fun. Be ready to fire your one in. So I've got to tick over Kieran to say I got the question right. I'm going to have a sip of my tea while I wait for Matty. That's the thing, you're never going to get me if you take me too seriously, guys, I like to have a laugh and a joke. I like to wind people up a bit. But I never mean anything personally. I just like the bants. Who doesn't like the bants, yeah? Don't stick your tongue out. Oh, why not? See, when you say that, it makes me want to do it. But because you seem upset, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it again, alright? We're the only professional English team that doesn't originate from a specific location. Labs, don't poke the kid. Should I poke him with my tongue? Right then, Matty Marsden, we're the only professional English team who doesn't originate from a specific location. I'm not sure if I get that question, mate. You're going to have to So do you mean that they don't originate from a specific location? April Fools. April Fools is the 1st of April. You was joking. That's all right then. That's all right then. That's okay. I forgive you. Right, so Matthew, I need you to reword that one a bit, mate. It says, we're the only professional English team who doesn't originate from a specific location. So I'm not sure what that means. So from a specific location, no, can't get the meaning of that one. So Newport's in Newport, Tottenham's in London, or Real Madrid is in Madrid. So a team that doesn't, the only professional team that doesn't originate from a specific location. So they don't have like a. You never got me, Kieran. I got that question right fair and square. Matthew Myers is from Newport, Tottenham is in London, or Real Madrid is in Madrid. So the professional English team that doesn't have an area they're actually from. I tell you what, I'm gonna say Forest Green. I mean, I know technically it's Nailsworth, but then but I'm gonna say Forest Green. If that's wrong, I will put it down to not knowing what the questions are about really. So Nick Muller, Coventry. Now Nick Muller may be onto something there. So is that what you mean? Do you want to? No, yeah, go on. Give us a different question. Give us question. See the question 13. Lucky for some, lucky for us, it was the duff one. Go for question number 5. Go for question number 5, mate. Let's do it. Question number 5. I reckon Coventry's probably right if you look at it. Coventry's probably going to be right if you look at what the question's about. I think people want to know if that one's right. So technically, you've given us your 2 questions. But let's have a look what else you got though. So probably Matthew will probably put the question out, and then we'll tell you that Coventry is the correct answer, because I know Coventry are actually, well, they'd be based in Coventry. So was it Northampton? And Northampton would be based in Northampton, wouldn't they? You're not playing at Northampton at the moment. Right then. Oh, I lost you for a bit then, guys. Jeez. Lost you for a second or two. Just looked down, looked up, we were saying reconnecting. Like, what the hell's going on there? Right, since 7th and last one at Anfield, which team has gone from League 2 back to the Premier League and back to League 2 again? Since Everton last one at Anfield, which team has gone from League 2 to the Premier League and back to League 2 again? League 2 to the Premier League and then back to League 2 again. So it was Coventry, yeah, because obviously they're playing at St Andrews at the moment, so they don't have a stadium in Coventry. I'll tell you what I'm going to say for that question there. Everton last one at Anfield. Which team has gone from League 2 to the Premier League and back to League 2 again? I'm going to say Blackpool. I want to say Blackpool, because I know Everton haven't won at Anfield since about the 90s. But I don't think Bradford came up from League 2. They were around about First Division for a while anyway. So I'm going to say Blackpool. I'm going to say Blackpool. Hey, Blackpool, I got it right. Tick through. Matty didn't stump me this time, but it's nice to actually get a proper question from you now, and none of the teammates ones, because they do me, they mess me up. Football Fun's next, so be ready. Blue, get your question ready, because you're straight after Football Fun, then Labs is coming straight after that, and then Michael Green is right after that. Fucking hell. Until I just had my tea just before I came on. So Football Fun, you're up, mate. Mr. Hereford Drummer, go for it. Blue, you're up right after. and then Labs, and then Michael Green. So get your questions ready, peoples. I was waiting for Football Fun to come up with his. What we got? What have we got? What have we got? He said his internet's dodgy, so we might not. Okay, and I'll tell you what we'll do. Blue, stick yours up. We'll push Football Fun back one. So Blue, let's have yours. And then if Football Fun comes back by the end, then we'll get him to put his question up towards the end. But if he doesn't come back at all, then I know there's a couple of other people out there that said they had 2. So I know Labs, you got 2, haven't you? You said you had 2. So we'll get Labs' second one, because Matt did get 2 of them then, technically. So Football Fun will be pushed back one. Blue, it's on you, but let's have a look and see what you got, my friend. You guys aren't quite as snappy as you were last week. Last week it was bang, 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 bang. Questions were fired out immediately after we determined whether I got them right or wrong. Bang, the next one was out. So if you want to think of another, then mate, yeah, go for it. So the one that you've got now, look at that one. So my one only for Taff. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much how we should go until I put it out to the floor, really. If I'm going to get it wrong. Right, here we go, Blue. In 2017, Mo Salah made the most goal record of the Premier League. Whose Premier League goal record did he break? Oh, that's a bloody good question, that is. And I think I might know the answer to that one. It will be Cristiano Ronaldo. Is it Cristiano Ronaldo in 2017-18? Oh, yeah. I know he broke the goal scoring record for the Premier League, but I'm quite certain it was Cristiano Ronaldo's record he broke. Am I right? On Blue, am I right? So Blue will be moving on to Labs after you, mate. If Football Fun doesn't come back. There was 2. Oh, there was 2. Oh, right. So Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, right. So it was a joint record, was there? A joint? You mean there was a joint record? Not that you got 2 questions. It was a joint record. Cristiano Ronaldo and I want to say so it'd be Ronaldo, and both had 31 goals on it. So it would have been Ronaldo. Ronaldo was one of them then. So I'm gonna say, fucking hell. Yeah, a little hint, not a big clue or anything like that. But then I was sure Cristiano Ronaldo had the record on his own. I don't get. The only one who scored a load of Premier League goals in one season, other than the obvious choices like the Henrys and Shearers of the world, would be Luis Suarez, I think. But go on, let's go with Suarez then. I'm thinking Suarez, or even Labs is thinking Suarez actually. Let's go with Suarez and Cristiano Ronaldo. Labs thinks it's Suarez and all. Is it Suarez? Blue. If it's Suarez, we can move on. And it's Labs' question. Going in blue. Put us out of our misery. If we got it right, is it Suarez? Ronaldo and Suarez is right. Both have 31 goals and Salah had 32. Boom. And look, there you go. Labs can always rely on you, mate. Labs. Which player played in Italy, Holland, Spain, America, and England, but never won the Champions League? So did they play in that order? I'm quite sure Zlatan won the Premier League, to be honest with you. Italy, Holland, Spain, America. Never won the Champions League, actually. I'm sure he won the Champions League. Matthew thinks it's Zlatan. Fried Water thinks it's Zlatan. I was thinking Zlatan because I know he played in all of them countries. Italy, Holland, Spain, America. But I'm trying to think. I'm quite sure he's bound to win the Champions League. No way Ibrahimovic could have ever gone through and not won the Champions League. He played at Milan, he played at Inter, he played at Juventus, all Champions League winners. He played at Ajax, he played at fucking well, no, he was never going to win the Champions League with Man United, of course not. But he played for Barcelona, didn't he, as well? Go on, let's go with Ibrahimovic then. Let's go with Ibrahimovic. So Buffon's never won the Champions League. Are you sure about that? Oh no, he's been in a load of finals, haven't he, Buffon? Yes, it's like that. You forgot France. Oh, that's right, he played at PSG and they haven't won it yet. So we got the Ibrahimovic one right. Michael Green, you're up next. Buffon's never won it. That's a fucking travesty, isn't it? Hey, Buffon and Zlatan never won the Champions League. But fucking Nani did. Who has lost the most matches in a row in the Premier League era and how many games? Oh, come on, mate. You can't be firing that at me. You can't be asking for four different answers on one question. I know I ask for two answers on some of it, but at least it's something, you know, somewhat related. Now, who has lost the most matches in a row in the Premier League era and how many games and between what dates? I can't give you the dates for one. I can't give you exactly how many games for another. The others are bonuses, right? So most matches in a row, I've got to say Derby County. It's got to be Derby County. It could be. I'm thinking it may be, saying Ipswich has lost 9 in a row. I think it's going to be Derby County. I'm going with Derby. No. Is Fried Water right with Ipswich? Because if not, I'm going to have another stab at it. Because I think I might know. If it's not Ipswich, Fried Water thinks it's Ipswich. If it's not Ipswich, then I'm going to have another stab at it before I declare that I've got it incorrect. So it's not Ipswich. So lost in a row. I'm going to go with Queen's Park Rangers, and if that's not right, then Michael G. I'm going to say. If it's not Queen's Park Rangers, then I'm going to say I've got it wrong, and you've stumped me. And it's a bloody good question as well. No, want the answer, please. Please give us the answer, mate. So I got it wrong. Well done, Michael. Michael Green, I would have taken your tally up. You would have taken your tally up to 3, but Labs got 4 anyway, so Labs is always going to win. Nick Muller thinks it's Swindon. If I was going to go for anybody after this, I would have said someone like Barnsley. So we got Labs' final question. So Football Fun never made it back. So I'm going to cross it, mate. I'm going to put Labs again. So Sunderland lost 15 games in a row from Jan 2003 to May 2003. Fair play. Nice question there, Michael. Well done. And Labs' question. The final question before we call time on the stream, guys. Which players play for Shrewsbury, Burnley, Blackpool, Tranmere Rovers, Birmingham City and West Ham? Don't think I like this question very much. In fact, I don't like it at all. I tell you what, can I have a stab at Clint Hill? But then he would have played for QPR as well, but I think he may have played for them and all. I'm going to have a stab at Clint Hill to start with. Start with a stab at Clint Hill. they have played for more teams than that as well. It isn't. So it isn't Clint Hill, no? Can you confirm that it's not Clint Hill? If I said other teams, you'd get it instantly. Really? Mm. No, it's not Clint Hill. Right, okay. So if you say the other teams, you get it instantly. Um, I'm going to go with Joe Hart. I'm going to go with Joe Hart. How the hell have you fluked that? Because, to be honest with you, you look Shrewsbury. I know it was Shrewsbury, Burnley and West Ham he played for. Now, I thought of Clint Hill because of Tranmere. And I know he plays for a lot of places. So the other two would have been Man City and Torino, yeah. Joe Hart. I got Labs. Labs is both questions right. I got Matthew's main question right. So I'm taking that Michael Green to be the only one that stumped me. I'm a bit pissed off about that. Don't worry, I'm just taking the piss out of you, Mike. That's fine. But anyway, yeah, we've gone for well over an hour again, guys. So yeah, great stream as always. Thank you very much. Although I'm hoping that the potential for splitting the streams for trivia and the regular football talk, I'm hoping that splitting them up is going to help us with it's going to help us with the viewers, because our viewers have dipped an awful lot, and during this lockdown, people who haven't really got that much else to do, you think that the viewers would be a lot higher, but unfortunately they're not. Ryan's chipped in with a question. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Ryan to have done that, but anyway, let's have a look. I'll have a bite of this one then. Who scored the most World Cup goals, Taff, and how many broke my favourite player's record, Ronaldo, at the same time? That would be Miroslav Klose, wouldn't it? Miroslav Klose scored the most World Cup goals. And how many? I can't tell you how many exactly. All I know is that Klose has got the most. So no, it's not Totti. Wins. So dice ball. Have you entered your team? Thank you, Ryan. I knew I had that one right. So dice ball. We're looking at starting it next weekend, depending on the teams. I will give you an update. Can I give you an actual difficult one? What time is it now? I gotta go, mate. I gotta go and have a shower. But go on in, lads. But this isn't gonna count on this. I mean, you won anyway. Go on in, lads. Just do it. Just do it. And if I don't get it by 1 minute and 10, give me the correct answer, and then I'm fucking off. As long as you commented as your normal name, Mike, then yes, your team will be in it for the next one. You'll definitely be in it. So guys, I'm counting on you guys to help get us more viewers. Send the channel out to everybody. So during my career, I've managed Joe Hart, Nemanja Vidic, Stephen El Shaarawy, Bruno Fernandes, and Artur Boruc. Who am I? Fucking hell. David Moyes. I want to say David Moyes. No, I probably won't get it, mate. It's nearly 1 minute and 10. I shouldn't really have taken the question, because I know Matthew was quite rightly saying that he wants to give me another one. Save them for next time, guys. Maybe bring this one in for next time. Bring this one in for next time, okay? So I've got to shoot off now. I've got to get into the shower and get myself settled down for the night. But guys, please get the word out. We need more viewers. We do need them, and you're the loyal viewers now. I want you to be a big part of increasing that for us, yeah? Alright then. So So try that one next week then, mate. I haven't really memorised the question. I can't go Googling it or anything like that, okay? So yeah, thanks again, guys. Good night all, and I'll see you same time next week. Cheerio for now, and as always, up the county.